Good evening. Welcome to another installment of A Friend and You. This is Sammy, and I'm coming at you with some more relationship tips. This is just a continuation on the relationships. This is the last week, so today and Thursday are going to be the last of the relationships, basically the series before Valentine's. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with something. There are two types of people when it comes to relationships. There's a submissive person and an aggressive person. And before you start to let your mind wander, let me explain it. The aggressive person is usually the person who's more outspoken and who you would think is like controlling the relationship. But in my opinion, it's the submissive one because it's kind of like dominatrix. Like you would think the person who's like beating the other person is in control, but in actuality, it's all about the person who's actually taking it in because at any moment they could be like butterscotch or whatever, the secret word, and then that's the cue to stop. Because anything past that, then it goes into that realm of assault or whatever. But it's the same thing with relationships that the submissive person, they kind of allow so much to happen. And don't take that the wrong way, like in good ways too. They kind of let things happen and they kind of guide which way the relationship goes. But the aggressive person takes the lead on actually implementing them. I think that for the most part in every relationship, there is a healthy relationship. There's going to be a submissive person and an aggressive person because that's a good balance. And there can be sometimes when there's like two submissive people and they submit to each other, which could be a really weird relationship, but it could be a pretty good thing because that way they're both listening to each other and they're caring about each other and they're just like, okay, they're taking turns, which is nothing wrong with that because it can switch. Like I could be aggressive one day and then you can be submissive the next, and then it switches like that. And it's by all means possible to do that, but for the most part, there's usually one aggressive person and one submissive person. And not to say that it isn't always the guy who's aggressive. I don't know their relationship, but like Oprah and Stedman, I would say that Oprah is the aggressive one and Stedman's the submissive one. But with Oprah, who wouldn't be submissive or whatever, she's like, okay, she's like, go do what I said. I was like, pay me to do it. And I was like, okay, it's done, basically. And then the next thing that I wanted to talk about was sex, baby. Let's talk about you. Maybe not us together, but someone asked me to talk about sex and when's the right time to have it. And the simple answer is, well, the only answer is when you're ready. Some people are ready sooner than others, and some people want to wait. If you want to wait till you're married, more power to you. It's really all on you and how you feel with the person. I'm not going to go too much into that because I don't want to tell people what they can and can't do. If you feel like you want to do it or you should be doing it, then by all means. But something that I do want to take into consideration is when you're ready and whoever you're with isn't ready, that can be kind of an interesting situation because if you pressure that person, it's kind of like, okay, I'm sure in the back of their minds, like, are they really just in it for sex? And you might be or you might not. That's something that you guys need to talk about. But I think that sex is a touchy subject because once that happens, for the most part, even if it's just supposed to be a casual thing, that's when emotions get involved and you get attached, so it can grow into something. And then at the point of sex, it automatically takes the relationship to the next level. And just to sum it up, I'm going to go back to last week when I asked you guys the question, which is more important, love or devotion? The answer is both. There is no wrong answer with this one because without love, as far as concerning like marriage and like a successful long-term and lasting relationship, you can't really have one without love. You can tolerate people and be in a relationship with them, but if there's love, it's not really a relationship. It's kind of more like friends than anything. And you can be friends with somebody, but you're probably not going to have sex with them, or it's not going to be the same. It's just having sex. It's just getting the job done. And sex can be pretty awesome, or it's a great thing when you actually care about the person, or there's more than just the act to it. And the important part about the devotion is that when you don't love that person, like I am almost absolute positive that there is going to be a time in your relationship where you are going to hate them because they did something or said something that irks or just gets on your nerves to no end. And it's going to take that devotion, because it's not going to be the thing that, oh, you're mad for the day, or oh, you're mad for um, the week. You're probably going to be mad for like a month or even possibly a year, depending on how hard it hurts you. I'm not saying that you can tolerate cheating or anything, but it might be something. You can be mad because maybe you guys want to have children and they don't. It's like you can be mad because it's something that you're really passionate about, but you love this person, but that's like somewhere you want to go, and it's something, it's really complicated when it gets to that kind of stuff, to where you guys are, it's kind of like the relationship can't go. Anyway, devotion is important. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but I do want to point out that you have to be very careful when you're talking about devotion, because you can be so in love with somebody and hate them at the same time, but to be devoted that you forget that this is possibly a bad relationship. It was like, oh, okay, this is so bad, but I love it. I'm going to stay with him. But if it's a bad relationship, you have to remember that there's two people in a relationship that make a relationship a relationship. It's not just like a one person thing. So if you're being hurt, you need to let them know. And if it's not going to work out, or there's no possible end in sight, then that's something that may not be the best thing. And that's when you kind of got to think about, is this right for me, and do I have to think about getting out of it? And that's how I'm going to end it today. And Thursday, or the next episode, I will be finishing up the relationships, and then I'll be talking about random stuff next week after Valentine's Day. So hope you enjoyed the video. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe, and see you next time. All right.